That would be one of those moments where...
Scene 1, 1754. Plans for the French and Indian War.
Have you heard of the French and Indian War? Well, it is also known as the 7 Years' War, and this is the story of how the American Revolution started.
Major Washington, do you actually know where we are going? It seems like we've been wandering the wilderness for days. How can you tell one tree from the next?
Young man, do you know what a surveyor is?
Someone who gives a survey to people?
Perhaps. Prior to being sent by the governor of Virginia on this mission, I surveyed the land and much more of the surrounding wilderness.
And what is our mission?
Our mission is to take control over the Ohio River Valley away from the French.
Of course, it's always the French. Conflict with the French in Europe and now across the ocean. Major Washington, how will we defeat them? They have lived as fur traders in these parts for years.
A letter has been sent to King George III requesting more soldiers.
I've heard the Indians have joined the French as well.
That is true. However, the Indians have joined our side as well.
Joseph Brant, why are you on the British side? You know they are going to take our land.
We Mohawks believe that the British will give us more land if they win.
No, they are going to make cities and take away the land. This is what happened to our friends along the Big Water coast.
Are not the French doing the same thing in the Ohio River Valley?
No, the French set up small trading posts just for beaver pelts. It's just a small thing. Making cities takes away more land and drives the animals from our hunting grounds.
These settlers have already taken so much of our land. I'm trying to protect our land for future generations of Mohawks.
Yes, but not the Ottawa Nation.
Our tribes need to stick together. We are more powerful when we fight as one.
Yes, so join the French and us. Then we can blindside the British and get your land back.
I know many of my kin have switched to the French side, but I feel strong with the British.
If you're not going to join us, then you are against us. Go back to your own tribe.
Of course I will send more British Army troops. Billard, fetch me a quill and parchment. I need to personally send a letter to my British generals serving in the colonies across the Atlantic. The French have bothered us long enough, first in Europe and now in North America. They must be stopped.
Weeks later, fighting begins with the British and Joseph Brant's tribe victorious. This opens up more for English colonists to settle. Unable to protect them, the king orders them to stay on the east side of the mountains. This decree is the beginning of a frustrated relationship between the mother country.
Scene 2, 1770. The Boston Massacre.
On the cold and snowy day, March 5th, 1770, a mob of American colonists gathered outside the customs house in Boston. British soldiers positioned themselves at the entrance to the building.
King George III acts like he owns us.
I agree. The war ended years ago. But with all of these troops around Boston, you'd think it was still going on.
Does King George think we are still supposed to obey his rules?
The Stamp Act, the Sugar Act, the Townsend Act, the Quartering Act, all of those were acts against us.
Exactly. Did I mention the Quartering Act? Don't repeat it. That's the one that frustrates me the most. They eat our food, they sleep in our beds.
And when they're not eating or sleeping, they're standing around trying to pretend they're guarding something.
Well, what do you know? Here are a couple of them now.
Good day, lobster backs. Why are you standing outside in the cold? Are you frozen to the ground?
Ha ha ha. Maybe they ate too much of our food or for breakfast and are so stuffed they can't get through the door.
And maybe they're so cold they're frozen to the ground.
You should throw them
them back in the water to warm them up a little. Nah, I think a little snow might do the trick. Fired. Let's get out of here before more colonists arrive.
What just happened here?
John Adams, you wouldn't believe it if you saw it. British regulars just massacred many innocent citizens. You must bring them to justice.
As a lawyer, I am willing to offer my services. However, I must interview witnesses from both sides and cite the facts. Can you lead me to where some of these people might be?
Right this way, John Adams. Although I feel there's no need to interview anyone. You're wasting your time.
Wasting my time? My fellow Bostonians! We have worked hard to establish a civil society. If these soldiers do not receive a fair trial, we will have more than a massacre in Boston on our hands.
Mr. Adams, I know what I saw.
You know what you saw? Well then, I guess you're my first interview.
For the next 7 months, John Adams worked as a hard to determine what really happened that fateful day. Of the eight soldiers, 2 were found guilty and thrown in prison. Little did the colonists know that 3 years later, they would be held prisoner by 3 ships full of troops.
Scene 3, 1773, the Boston Tea Party.
After the Boston Massacre, more British soldiers were sent by King George III. In addition, he continued taxing the colonists. When their favorite tea was taxed, the colonists were enraged and decided to take action.
How long is the meeting going to last? As long as it takes. Those British merchant ships are not leaving the Boston harbor until the crates of tea are delivered.
Ah, tea. I miss my cup today. Me too. And you know something is done really missing. I have to go. Continue without me. This meeting can do nothing more to save the country.
Ooh.
Pardon me.
What is going on? Is the meeting over?
You heard what I said. These meetings can do nothing more. Wait a second. I'm not getting involved in this. Listen, enough talk. We've been talking for weeks. Strike that. We've been talking for decades. Our words must be reinforced with action.
Sam, are you coming? The Sons of Liberty are assembled and waiting by the dock. You heard the war room? Let's go sink some tea.
Did he just invite us to go drink some tea?
Don't you dare drink this unpaid tea. If I catch you or anyone drinking this tax tea, you'll find yourself soaked in a harbor that's floating, soaked with tea.
Come on, Sons of Liberty. Get to the ship and order the action.
Orderly as Steve. No harm in the ship's old crew. Just that tea.
Make sure to save the wooden crates. Just dump the tea into the water.
Hey, you there! What are you stuffing into your pockets?
Ooh, me? I'm a son of liberty!
4, 1775, undesired preparations and uncovered plots.
After the Boston Tea Party, the Patriots decided to start organizing themselves. More British troops were arriving, so the colonists began forming an army as well. They also collected weapons and ammunition. On the evening of April 18, 1775, some of the Sons of Liberty met at dusk.
Another wagon still ready for delivery to the destination, General Conference.
Did you see all the necessary funds for my account sending press that?
Yes, and then your support is happening outside this.
I haven't given much, therefore much will require me.
The Sons of Liberty are grateful for the control.
Someday I hope I can do even better.
That same evening, the British General Thomas Gage also called for a meeting. He had discovered what was in these deliveries and started organizing a secret plan of his own.
Lieutenant, I have been made aware of some special deliveries to Concord. This must be stopped. Command a regiment to leave before the sun rises and seize the rebels' storehouses of weapons and ammunition.
Are you ready for tea time, General?
Thank you, Maid. Just leave it by my desk.
As you wish, General Gage. The regiment will be sent. Is there anything else besides tea?
As a matter of fact, there is. The rebel leaders Samuel Adams and John Hancock must be captured and tried for treason. My spies say they are near Lexington. Tell the captain of the regiment to stop there on the way to Concord.
It shall be done. You have my word.
General Gage, General Gage, General Gage. If you only knew how important the colonial women are to this rebellion, Maid, your plans will fail thanks to you believing I'm just a simple maid.
Come in, Son of Liberty. Oh, it's you, Deborah Sampson.
Dr. Warren, I have just received news from the opposition.
What have you heard and from whom?
General Gage has heard of our stockpile of ammunition in Concord. He is sending troops before dawn to seize them, and also John Hancock and John Adams.
Is Gage sending the regiment by land or by sea?
He didn't say, sir.
Miss Sampson, your service to the colonies is exemplary. The Continental Congress thanks you.
I am grateful to be of assistance, Dr. Warren. Is there anything else I can do?
Yes, please tell my favorite silversmith and tanner to come to my office at once.
You can count on me, Dr. Warren.
Dr. Warren, you want to see us? The hour is late.
You are correct, William Dawes. The hour is late, and the day has been long, but not as long as you're thinking.
12 o'clock at night is late, isn't it? What else could we be referring to?
William, you know it well that I do, that our struggle for freedom as one of the Sons of Liberty has been long and frustrating.
Forgive me, gentlemen. I must be weary from a long day of carrying heights.
Time is of the essence, so allow me to get to the point. I need you to ride to the town of Lexington to warn John Hancock and Samuel Adams about the impending invasion of the regulars. My sources say they will be arrested. We do not know if they're coming by land or by sea. Look for the lanterns in the Old North Church.
Or by land to by sea?
That is correct.
Paul Revere rode through the cold night in the town of Lexington, while William Dawes made a dash for Concord.
The regulars are coming. The regulars are coming.
Along the way, Paul Revere stopped at many homes to warn the colonists. Sybil Langton also made rides to warn the Patriots.
Thank you, ladies. I know the hour is late and you need to care for your family. But what we're doing tonight is important. Yes, someday our men will need these uniforms. Very true, Elizabeth. However, I secretly hoped this day would never come.
But Nancy, we can't have a storehouse of weapons without an army, and we can't have an army without uniforms. And there won't be uniforms unless we make them.
I love sewing. I hope to make the slaves made for the soon-to-be new nation. Oh, that would be a real honor. You're extremely optimistic, Lexi. Well, Elizabeth, we can't just wish that King Jordan's army to simply pack up and stay at home. We've tried and tried to work together, but I feel things will never go back to the way they were in the early days. I wonder if that could be at this late hour.
Daughters of Liberty, put away these uniforms. The regulars are coming. The regulars are coming. They are planning to search every house from Boston to Concord to find John Hancock and John Adams. Please tell me they are not here.
No, they're not here. We're just making uniforms for the Continental Army.
If the regulars see them, they will arrest you as well and try you for treason. Put away them at once.
You only have minutes to spare. If you mind, I need to go back to warning everybody about the regulars coming, or they are going to attack. By the way, everybody who wanted to help me, I sent to another town.
I can't become these uniforms. My children need it because my husband has gone for weeks training with the Minutemen. Don't worry, Liza. We'll find a place to hide the uniforms, but we need to hurry. Nancy, this is your house. Where can we hide them?
Throw them all up in the loft.
I think I hear the soldiers marching now. Is everything hidden? Even the needles and the thread?
I think so. I'll go look around.
Oh, now who could that be at this late hour?
This is very brave of you, Liza. Careful, I notice. I shall see you in short time. Good day. Goodbye, ladies.
Yes, be careful, Liza. This is very brave of you to do this. Goodbye, dear.
Gentlemen, good evening. At least I trust that you do. What brings you to my humble home so hurriedly?
Get inside. We are looking for two rebels by the names of John Hancock and Sam Adams.
They have not been here. It is so late. Are you marching all night? Here, have a seat. Let me take your guns and sit down and take a rest. Let me fetch you something to eat. Would you like something to eat?
Silence! We know they were here.
They were not here. You have no right to burst into someone's house like that.
Where's
The food? Oh, yes, I'm sorry, sir. I don't know how I could have forgotten that. Here, let me take your cup. Please set your rifles over in the...
cook this for us now?
Upright gobbler, how could you be so considerate to assist with the dinner?
Fetch us drinks too.
Certainly. Jump over a dare I'll shoot. The regulars are coming. Sorry, Mr. Revere. They're already here.
Thanks, Nancy. We'll take them from here. On the way to Lexington and Concord, Paul Revere got captured, but William Dawes and another son of Liberty, Samuel Prescott, continued to Concord to warn John Hancock and John Adams.
The regulars are coming. The regulars are coming. I was hoping for the regular name. Sweet Home.
Samuel Prescott, what do you mean? The regulars are coming.
They are planning to capture the two of you and try you for treason. The regulars are also sending a regiment to Concord to capture them.
We must stay and fight with the Minutemen, Adams.
You're a fool, Hancock. We can better serve the cause by fleeing to safety.
Fine, next time we do it my way.
Deal. And John Hancock and Samuel Adams fled to safety as daybreak came, but the battle still continued as the British regulars marched to Concord.